Let's get it. You're mic'd up with Charlie. Real talk, real grit, and all about chasing greatness. Today I'm here with Coach Simien.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. It's really cool when I get a chance to do this because I'm the kind of person I don't really like to talk about myself a whole lot. But since it's you, Charlie, I'm looking forward to doing it. I'm just a small town, little country boy from Sweeney, Texas, which is not too far from here in Van Lake where I work. Born and raised there. Had some really good coaches that were mentors for me. And I had a head coach that found a way to turn the light switch on for me. And then once he did that, my life was never the same. Graduated from Sweeney in 1985. Trying to be pretty good in football. Get a chance to go, get a chance to go to college and play a little football. I was in TCU in Fort Worth, and to go play the college ball there. Had a wonderful time at TCU. We didn't win very many games there. We had some things that happened, along the course of the way that caused us some problems with the NCAA. But when I got to my senior year, my whole career I had been a down lineman. And so I was too small to be a defensive lineman in the pro level. So I know I was going to make a conversion over to being a linebacker. And so I knew I wasn't going to get drafted. I was, the Steelers signed me as an undrafted free agent. Two teams that wanted me. The Oilers wanted me, Old Houston Oilers, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oilers wanted to play outside linebacker, and the Steelers wanted to be an inside linebacker. And I think for the speed monster and all that kind of stuff, at that point in time, I was better suited to play inside. It was a good choice, too. It's one of the hardest things I ever had to do. Is like learn how to walk all over again because I was used to having my hand in the dirt, and all of a sudden now I got to learn how to do everything just on 2 feet without having to put my hand down. So it was a very, very challenging conversion. But at the end of the day, it still all worked out pretty good. I had some great coaches and had some good teammates, and it all worked out for me. It did.
So, do you want to tell them how many seasons you played?
I played 9 seasons in the NFL. And if you add my developmental squad years, it would be 11 because my first 2 years I spent on what they call practice squad. Now we call it developmental squad when I was playing. I think they had at that time teams could put 4 guys on it. They didn't pay us a lot of money, but it was enough to keep us around that we can gain some more experience and still be with the team. And I'll be honest, it's a blessing for me because I needed time because again, like I said, I didn't play the position, in college that I had to play in the NFL. So I needed that time to grow and learn how to play it. So it really helped me out. So all said and done, it's probably about 11 years if you count those first 2 years.
That's amazing. So what did a tough day in the NFL look like for you?
A tough day in the NFL, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you'll find many guys that will say they're lovers of training camp. Training camps were really tough because training camps basically they teams take you somewhere away from your city that you play in, and they keep it there for 3 or 4 weeks. You generally got to get up early in the morning and have your first practice. You have a lunch break, then you go into meetings. There's a little window in between that where around after the morning meetings, you can go back to your room, get a little sleep, but then you wake back up and you got to go back to practice again. Before practice, there's normally a short meeting, then you go back to practice. You practice, and then when you get done with practice, you go to dinner, and then you meet till 10 o'clock at night, and bed checks at 11. So It was a pretty strenuous day. Training camp was. Now they've changed training camps a whole lot now. Training camps aren't nearly as taxing on players now as it was on us back then. I think an in-season tough day. Those days were usually generally Wednesdays and Thursdays. Those are your hard work days. Monday's a day where you came in after a ball game light workout, do a little, running, and then, get the soreness out. And then Tuesday was a day off. And Wednesdays and Thursdays are the days that you did all your big time preparation stuff. Those are the harder days for me. It was back then.
When did football ever feel like work more than something you loved?
I'm gonna tell you something. It's points and times where it does feel like work, because people sell the glitz and the glamour, but people have no idea how much pressure it is that players are under. The thing about it is you gotta everything that you do is under a microscope all the time. They video every practice, everything you do. You have coaches that's in meetings, they have scouts in meetings. And so they're watching everything you do. And I'm gonna be honest with you, hey, you have to play at a high level. And the moment you start not playing at a high level, they will find somebody to replace you. Sometimes, days were tough when we weren't playing good as a team. Those were tough days because we had a lot of success in Kansas City, especially. But we had a couple passes where it wasn't fun. So it seemed like it was, it's really hard work and not a lot of reward to it.
To go along with that question, I know I didn't mention it, but do you have any advice for someone that would say, like, if they feel like giving up in that process?
Well, you got to put it so. I think, whatever you do in life, whether it's playing sports or being a doctor, anything else, if you want to be successful at something, you got to give it everything that you have. Now, does that guarantee you're going to be successful? No, it doesn't. But you can't achieve it unless you give it everything you got. You have no chance. I think if you quit on things, it becomes a habit. And before you'll quit on your marriage, you quit on a lot of different things by quitting. So I think when you just make your mind do something, you got to give it all that you have.
I love that advice. What's something that people think they know about the NFL, but they really don't?
Something that people think they know about the NFL, but they really don't. I think for the NFL players, I think sometimes people think that, hey, we aren't basketball players or baseball players. When we hit town, we're only in town usually generally for one day. Mm-hmm. And so we're in and out of there. People think, well, they're going on the road, they're having a good time with all these girls and women. And no, that's not true. I think that's a misconception about the NFL. So I think that's one thing. I think sometimes that they think, at least back in my area, that all NFL players are rich. No, some of them make more money than others, but all of them aren't rich. I think those are two things that, generally can say that people think that that's not necessarily true.
Are there any habits or routines that follow over with you today that were from football?
You know what? I think I can't say what one of the things I learned how to work hard in high school, and that's just something that's just kind of came along with me in the whole process. I think that's something that started before I went to the NFL. I think the attitude of, hey, don't flinch when stuff gets tough. I think that's something that maybe stemmed from years of playing, and then you really got to make sure you do it in the NFL because, hey, when it's time to go make a play, you got to go make a play. You can't flinch, you know what I mean? Because you flinch, it's 6 points, or you cost your team. I think I developed some of that in the NFL, and the mentality of, hey, stay calm, no matter how good, how bad something is, you got to stay calm and stay in the moment.
That's awesome. Well, y'all been mic'd up with Charlie, so go be great, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Thank you so much, Coach Simien, for joining us.
Hey, you're welcome, Charlie. Hey, go be great.